Welcome to the Get Published podcast, sponsored by Brodie Consulting Group. To get more information about our coaching, publishing, executive ghostwriting, and podcast production services, go to getpublishedpodcast.com. Hello, I am Paul Brodie, and thank you for joining us for another episode of the Get Published podcast, where we help authors get published with a proven system that works. And today, we're being joined by Michelda Johnson, author of Water Walker 101. Michelda, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Mr. Brodie, for having me.
Well, we are thrilled to have you. Are you ready to begin?
I am absolutely ready. Let's go.
All right. Question number one. What is the one piece of advice that you would give to a first-time author who's currently writing their book?
My advice would be something that I learned just over the years, and that is to schedule your writing time. For me, 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m. it's the inspiration hour for me. The house is quiet, the sun is not up, and it really gives me that opportunity to really focus in. And so that's what I would recommend for that first-time author, is scheduling your time and making it as important as anything else in your day. And for me, the first opportunity in the morning is always the best time for me.
I love that you mentioned that, because the main thing is you're creating a habit, right? You're getting used to it. You're getting used to that process. You're doing it every day, and you're doing it consistently.
Absolutely. And I think that's where you start to get the results. And of course, you're not worried about formatting or anything like that. You just want to schedule that time and get those words out into a format that you can look at later. So really establishing a habit and a process. And I think that leads you from point A to point Z.
Absolutely. And what do you feel is the hardest part about getting published?
I think it goes back to your branding. It's about who you are and how people know you. It's how you show up in the marketplace and how you show up. I think what I love is, social media, podcasts such as this, different arenas give you certainly an opportunity to become visible to whoever is your customer avatar, whoever you are designing your material for, but you've got to do the groundwork as well. And so I think what becomes difficult is sometimes we, as writers, we want to write and not do the marketing and the other side of it. That means you have to be visible to your audience. But when you allow yourself to be visible to your audience and start building that community, building your tribe on social media, then you will find that people are anticipating what you are bringing out. But that difficult thing, I think, is getting to the part of being published, is building that tribe that is anticipating what you will publish.
Well, let's talk about marketing. So please share a marketing strategy that you have used in your book launch that has worked well.
I think I kind of delved a little bit in that, right? One of my marketing strategies was to really be transparent, because my book is a lot about my life, my journey, my process. And so many people shy away from their process, but I think that every single day and moment leads us to who we were predestined to be. And so it's in a journey that if you embrace it, it will take you there. And so I think transparency, I think people connect with authors that they can relate to. And so certainly having those points where you are, I always tell some of my business clients, social media, we've got 3 billion people on social media, 7 billion in the world. And so with the touch of a few clicks here and there, you are able to build a substantial tribe, but that means that there's also some transparency in what you bring and how you share and what you share. So marketing strategy, be present. Be in the moment, be available, be human, right? Don't, I see sometimes the branding and it goes too far that we're not necessarily portrayed as this individual that has our good and our bad. And I'm known for people for telling people it's important for me to share not just the good points, but the good, the bad, and the ugly, so that we are all growing together. And I think that is the biggest marketing strategy, is to be present, be transparent with your audience, and to start building that tribe. And don't despise small numbers. Sometimes people want thousands, and I get that, right? I want that too. I want hundreds of thousands, but you got to start somewhere. And overcoming that fear to just sit back and not be present will certainly not help you in moving and pushing your product to the public.
Speaking of books, I'd like to know what is your favorite book and what was the number one thing that you learned from it?
That's challenging for me. I've been reading, I think, as long as I could say my mother's name or say mama. I frequently went to sleep with the book in the bed, and always, avid reader. And so I've read quite a bit over my years. So it's hard for me to narrow down to any one favorite, but I can say that there is one book that I tend to visit a lot. And it's a book by a gentleman who's no longer with us, but his name is Miles Monroe. And the book is called Releasing Your Potential and Exposing the Hidden You. And what I got from it is there's so much on the inside of us. Of course, when we pass away, you have on your tombstone the day you were born and the day you die. And I remember hearing him talk and reading in one of his books about the dash in the middle and how important it is to realize your fullest potential while you are here, that we are accountable for the time that we spend on this planet. And it just really put in me an urgency that at the end of the day, I want to die empty. I want to be able to say, or those around me to say, that I gave everything that was apportioned for me to give to this planet and to the universe. And so it's about tapping into potential and realizing that you were created for such greatness on earth. And that is, I just have to revisit it at least once a year, once every other year.
And for our final question, what is your favorite quote and why?
So my favorite quote is something that I heard recently. And again, it's almost like reading, right? You develop these favorites that come and go. But my favorite is something I heard recently from author Robin Sharma. And he wrote in his book, "Ideation without execution is delusion." I'll say that again. Robin Sharma, "Ideation without execution is delusion." In other words, you can have amazing ideas, as many authors do, and amazing things that you want to roll out and write. But if you don't actually execute and bring them to fruition, then it's delusional. And so I'd like to encourage every single person that listens to your podcast, Mr. Brodie, to write the book, get it done, execute, and just do it.
Well, Michelda, I want to thank you for being a guest on the show. What is the best way for people to find you online?
The best way is my name, Michelda, Micheelda, www.micheldajohnson.com. The book is on sale there. You can also find me on all social media outlets at Michelda Johnson, on Twitter at Michelda J.
Michelda, thank you once again for being on the show, and I wish you all the best in your author journey ahead.
Awesome. Thank you so much, sir. And again, thank you for the opportunity.
Thanks again for joining us today. To learn more about how to get your book published with a proven system that works, grab a free copy of my book at getpublishedpodcast.com.